In a remote village, there stood an old, abandoned house known as the Haunted House. Many rumors and scary stories surrounded it, with the villagers claiming that it was inhabited by evil spirits. One dark night, a group of friends, Sammy, Ali, and Reem, decided to challenge each other and spend the night in the haunted house. They arrived just before midnight, with the wind howling and the rustling trees adding to the eerie atmosphere. Each of them carried a small flashlight to light their way. As they entered the house, they were greeted by a strong smell of mildew and a damp atmosphere. The old furniture was covered in dust, and the walls were stained with mysterious marks. They decided to explore the place, starting with the ground floor, where they found an old living room with a cold fireplace and pictures of what seemed to be a family. While they were inspecting the area, they heard heavy footsteps coming from the upstairs. They looked at each other anxiously, but Sammy decided to go up and check it out. Their hearts pounded with every creaking step he took on the old wooden staircase. When Sammy reached the upper floor, he found a slightly open door with a faint light coming from within. He cautiously pushed the door open and found an old bedroom with a large bed covered in a dusty white sheet. Sammy noticed an old chest at the foot of the bed, and his curiosity drove him to open it. Inside, he found old diaries and photographs of the family that once lived there. As he was reading one of the diaries, he felt something behind him. He quickly turned around to see a shadowy figure standing at the doorway. Sammy froze in place, but the figure disappeared as quickly as it had appeared. Downstairs, Reem and Ali were growing increasingly uneasy, and fear was beginning to set in. Suddenly, they heard Sammy scream from upstairs and rushed to the staircase to find him lying unconscious on the floor. They carried Sammy and hurried downstairs, but found the door they had entered through tightly shut. They tried to open it with all their might, but it wouldn't budge. The windows began to slam shut on their own, and eerie whispers filled the air. Suddenly, Sammy started to regain consciousness and said in a trembling voice, "We need to get out of here now. The spirits here don't want us to stay." The friends exerted all their effort to open the door, and at the last moment, they managed to get it open and escape the house. When they reached the village, it was just past midnight. They recounted their experience to the villagers, who agreed that the house was indeed haunted and that they were lucky to have escaped. From that night on, no one dared to go near the haunted house again, and their story was told as a warning to anyone who might try to challenge the evil spirits in that cursed house.